We all know that TikTok is like one of the most toxic places on planet Earth, right? I mean, we all understand that, we all know that, we're 100% aware you still fall into the TikTok trap. It's so easy. And Perfume is not it's not immune to that toxicity. And I've already done a couple of videos on perfume talk and the perfume culture on TikTok. And today I really wanted to touch on the perfume collection culture that TikTok really, just once again perpetuates. TikTok is such a bad habit perpetuator. It is not even funny. The perfume collection situation is honestly, it just annoys me. It annoys me to no end. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 different things that I feel like is really wrong with perfume collection culture and the toxic perfume collection culture. Now, disclaimer, if you are a perfume collector and you genuinely love collecting perfumes, that is completely different than just feeling like you need to buy perfume simply because somebody else has all these perfumes, okay? There's a difference because, obviously if you are somebody where it's oh no, I have a collection and I don't really use these perfumes, I have bottles and I'm doing, if you're doing your own little thing, then you're doing your own little thing. But this is the collection influence, okay? This is the situation where it's no, I don't really actually want a perfume collection, but I feel like I need a perfume collection, okay? So just throwing a little disclaimer out there. This is not me roasting you for having a perfume collection if that's what you really love, okay? Don't yell at me. First and foremost, you are buying things that you don't even like, okay? There are so many perfume collectors on TikTok, primarily on TikTok. It's on Instagram as well, but I feel like TikTok is just obnoxious. The thing is that, you see, oh, I have the entire, Latava whatever collection, or I have the entire this collection, and then I have the mini bottles, and then you get perfumes, you see these people with all these perfumes, and then you feel like you have to go out and buy the entire collection yourself. And what ends up happening is that you end up with all this product that you don't even like, right? The number of perfumes that I've, gotten samples of, and it's I hate this. This is horrible perfume. I do not like this. Thank heavens I didn't go out and buy a full bottle of this perfume to review it for you guys, or to test it out, or just to say that I have it in my collection. The number of times I see that on TikTok where it's oh, I bought the entire collection of this, and it's not for any other reason than to be able to say, I bought the entire collection of this. I have the entire collection of this. And it just perpetuates a habit of buying things that you don't know if you like it, and you end up having this product that you're not going to use because you don't like it, you hate it, and it's just going to sit on your shelf and do nothing. That leads me into the second point, which is that you're buying things you can't afford. Listen, perfume is expensive. It's not like we're collecting, $10 perfumes from Target. No, we're not sure, we might have that also in our perfume collection, but we're collecting the Burberry perfumes, and we're collecting the, Chanel perfumes, and we're collecting expensive luxury perfumes that go $100 to $150 or more from the store, okay? It's not like these perfumes go on sale. It's not like these perfumes, you can get a really good deal on them. It's not a thing. And so what ends up happening is that you, as a content consumer, as somebody that it's I'm trying to, find a perfume that I really like, you end up feeling like you need to buy a collection of 10 $150 perfumes to have in your collection, just to have in your collection. And it annoys me to no end, because once again, you're buying things that you may or may not be able to afford, and you're buying things that you may or may not even like, right? Perhaps you hate the entire Chanel perfume collection, but you feel like you need to buy it because so-and-so on TikTok has the entire collection, and they keep telling you all of the things that they love about it. They don't actually tell you what it is they love about it. And if they do tell you, they might lie about that, right? They might tell you, oh, this is a delicious marshmallow perfume, and you get it and it's not marshmallow at all, it's flowers. Okay, and so this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, is where you get into this mode of consumerism, and you just consume consume and you get and you get and you get, but you don't even know if you like it. And like I said, you don't even know, like you can't even afford it. Okay. It's way out of your budget. Like you need to be paying rent. You need to be paying, like paying down your debt. You need to be, right? You need to buy food, but you're buying perfume because so-and-so on TikTok told you to. I mean, TikTok, stop it. The third problem that I really have with this perfume collection culture is that you can't fully appreciate the perfumes that you got, right? I have a lot of perfume, but I don't have a perfume room, okay? Like I might have 20 or 30 perfumes, okay? That's what's currently in my collection right now. And I struggle to fully appreciate and utilize those perfumes. I cannot imagine having an entire room full of perfumes, having, hundreds of perfumes, and trying to decide what perfume to wear, like not knowing, like not really remembering what any of them smell like, not being able to fully appreciate the perfume. I mean, it breaks my heart, honestly, because it's like, once again, you've shucked out hundreds of dollars in this perfume, and in some cases thousands of dollars in perfume, and then you just can't fully appreciate it. You can't fully understand what, how much you love it. You can't fall in love with the perfume and use it over and over again. You can't, that's not possible for you when you are somebody that you want to appreciate your perfume, but you've fallen into this collection culture, right? Into this, just buying to buy an entire collection of perfume. And so that really breaks my heart, especially when it's like perfume is such a personal thing. Perfume is such a statement about you, okay? It's not visual. It's not something that you feel. It's smell. It's that invisible encounter with somebody. And when you are not able to fully appreciate, understand, and embody a perfume that you feel like really speaks to you, and you feel like really says a lot about you and fits your personality and who you are and what you want people to think about you, then I think that's really sad that you're not able to do that simply because you have too much perfume. I mean, it's just like a kid that has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of toys, but they can't play with any of them because they don't know what to play with, right? I mean, that's sad that you can't choose what to play with because you have too much. And the same is true with perfume. The fourth thing that I've almost said three. The fourth thing that really bothers me about the perfume collection culture is that you're overwhelmed and overstimulated. And I mean, this goes right into the previous point. And I mean, there's so many times that I look at, I'm, looking for content on TikTok, and I scroll and I see these people, they're dumping out boxes of perfumes and they have walls of perfumes and all of this perfume. And it's like, I would feel so overstimulated. I would feel so overwhelmed. Once again, I wouldn't be able to choose the perfume. And so I'd probably only use 5 to 10 of the perfumes that I had because I didn't know and I couldn't remember and I couldn't, right? I couldn't wrap my head around what the other perfumes smelled like. And I mean, it would just be stressful. It would just create something that it's like this feeling of, I have to pick a perfume, right? There's thousands of perfumes in my room here, and I have to pick one to wear to this certain event, and I don't know, right? It's just so overwhelming and it's overstimulating, and, I feel like that's a common thing now in the 21st century, in the 2020s and 2025, is that people get overstimulated. There's a lot happening. There's a lot of buzz, and when you are literally filling your room and you're filling your space with something that you're supposed to love and enjoy and appreciate with something else that's just overstimulating and stressful to you, I mean, that's really sad. That's really sad to me. Because once again, I think that perfume is something that is very personal, and it's something that speaks a lot about you in this very invisible, very subtle way. When you're overstimulated by it, by your own collection and by what you have on your own shelves, when you're overstimulated by what you've purchased, that's sad. That's disappointing. That's really disappointing to me, I mean, I get overstimulated with my 30 perfumes that I have behind me. That is so, it is a molecule compared to some of the perfume collections that I see on TikTok in particular. And the fifth reason why perfume collection culture is just please stop, is that something that you're supposed to enjoy, something that you're supposed to love and appreciate, once again, becomes something that's really a pain in the butt. I mean, it becomes something where it's I have to clean this room, and it's a pain in the butt to clean around these perfumes. I have to choose the perfume. I have to Like, I have to remember what these perfumes smell like. I have to organize these perfumes. I have to rearrange, just the constant worrying and thinking about your perfumes. And it just becomes a pain in the butt. I mean, I know for one thing, like when I've had too many clothes before, and it becomes a pain in the butt to choose your outfit because you have too much clothes. When you have too much makeup, it becomes a pain in the butt because you have too much makeup and you don't know what to wear. And perfume is the exact same. When you have too much and you don't know what to do with it, it's a pain in the butt. It just becomes annoying. It becomes frustrating. It becomes this nagging thing instead of something where it's like, I enjoy doing this. I really like to do this. And that's why you have the perfume collection in the first place, was because you loved it, because you wanted to invest in it, right? That's why you have the collection in the first place, and it just becomes a burden to you. And once again, I think that that's really sad, and it's really, it's a real shame that, we've fallen into this trap of so much stuff that we hate our stuff. So much stuff that our stuff is annoying to us. And, this is exactly what happened during, the whole beauty guru era, when people would have a makeup room and they'd have, 500 eyeshadow palettes and, but they're only using the Anastasia Beverly Hills whatever, right? And the thing is that it's like you always are going to go back to something that doesn't let you down, that you love, that you fully appreciate, and that works for you, right? That's what you're always going to go back to. That's what you're always going to turn to, is something where it's like, I truly love wearing this. It always cooperates. I can depend on it. I can rely on it. I feel beautiful when I wear this. I feel confident when I wear this. And having 500 perfumes is not going to help you do that. No, finding those, 10 to 15 perfumes, maybe it's more, right? Obviously, I have a lot of perfume. I'm a perfume reviewer, but there's a lot of times when it's like, I wish I just had like 10 to 15 perfumes, like nice perfumes where it's like, I know what they smell like. They never let me down. I love how they perform every single time. I always love them. I always love how I smell. I always feel amazing when I'm wearing them. Those are the perfumes that I want in my collection. I don't want, right? Like, let's just have an example. So 7 Virtues, Coconut Sun. I love this perfume. I'm not going to go buy all of the 7 Virtues perfumes because I love this perfume, right? I don't know if all of the other perfumes are going to behave like this perfume does, and it's going to fit me like this perfume does. It's going to work for me like this perfume does, because I smell a certain way. I have a natural fragrance. I have a natural, body chemistry and body oils and like all of that kind of stuff. I know that this works for me. I don't know if the other, 20 perfumes in their collection work for me. I just know that this one works for me. And so I'm only going to buy that one. That is how we should be purchasing perfume. That is how perfume is created and designed. I mean, perfume is such an intentionally crafted product. It is not something where it's like, oh, we're just going to throw this together. Obviously, I feel like there's a lot of perfumes out there now that are being pumped out that are like that, just throw this together. There's a lot of high-end perfumes that they're created very intentionally and very specifically and very purposefully. And so that's how you should be purchasing them, is very intentionally and purposefully. And so, that's sort of my soapbox on, the toxic perfume collection culture that TikTok in particular is perpetuating. It's just, it just annoys me to no end. And honestly, it just makes me sad because there's so many perfumes out there that people don't know that they love because they're just obsessed with collecting more. That's sort of my little bit there on the perfume collection culture that we are in. What are your thoughts? What do you think about perfume collecting and, collecting more? What are your thoughts on that? Are you a perfume collector, or have you fallen into the trap of collecting when you really don't want to? What are your thoughts? If you are interested in learning more about my thoughts on the perfume talk and perfume culture on TikTok, then I'd highly recommend you watch this video right here. This is another sort of rant that I had about perfume TikTok, so I think you'll really enjoy it and you should definitely check it out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you oh so very much, and until we meet again, so long.